Far away from mainland India, in the middle of the Indian Ocean, lies one of the most untouched ecosystems on Earth. A place of giant rainforests, rare wildlife, ancient tribal communities, and coral reefs older than modern civilization itself. This is Great Nicobar Island. But today, this paradise is facing one of the biggest development projects in Indian history. A mega port, an airport, townships, power plants, tourism hubs, and possibly casinos and resorts. Supporters call it India's strategic future. Critics call it ecological destruction. So the question is this development, or are we sacrificing nature and indigenous people for profit and geopolitics? Tonight, we uncover the story behind the Great Nicobar Project. What is the Great Nicobar Project? Map animation of India and Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Great Nicobar is the southernmost island of India. It is located near the Strait of Malacca, one of the world's busiest shipping routes. Almost 40% of global trade passes through this region. That is why the Indian government wants to transform this island into a strategic economic hub. The proposed project reportedly includes a massive transshipment port, international airport, new township, power infrastructure, tourism development. Officials say it will strengthen India's presence in the Indo-Pacific region and reduce dependence on foreign ports like Singapore. They argue India needs stronger maritime infrastructure to compete globally. And strategically, they are not entirely wrong. The Indian Ocean is becoming a center of global power competition. China is expanding rapidly. America is increasing military influence. Trade routes are becoming geopolitical battlegrounds. India wants a stronger position. But the real question is, at what cost? The ecological treasure. Great Nicobar is not an ordinary island. It is one of the most biodiverse regions in India. The island contains tropical rainforests, mangroves, coral reefs, rare wildlife habitats. Many endangered species live here. Leatherback sea turtles, among the largest turtles in the world, nest on these beaches. Rare birds and marine life survive in these fragile ecosystems. Scientists warn that large-scale construction could permanently damage these habitats. Thousands of trees may be cut. Mountains may be excavated. Coral reefs may be destroyed. And once coral reefs die, they take decades, sometimes centuries, to recover. Nature does not rebuild at the speed of politics. The tribal communities. The island is also home to indigenous tribal communities. These communities have lived in harmony with nature for generations. For them, the forest is not a resource. It is identity, culture, memory, life itself. Critics fear that rapid urbanization and outside intervention could threaten their traditional way of living. History has shown that when massive industrial projects enter indigenous lands, tribal communities often pay the biggest price. Across the world, development projects have displaced local populations in the name of progress. And many fear Great Nicobar could become another example. The political argument. Supporters of the project say critics are anti-development. They argue India cannot remain weak while China expands. Strategic infrastructure is necessary. Ports create jobs. Development is essential for national security. And yes, geopolitics is real. The Indian Ocean is becoming increasingly militarized. China's influence in ports across Asia worries Indian strategists. The location of Great Nicobar gives India a strategic advantage near the Strait of Malacca. But critics ask, if national security is the goal, why include luxury tourism in commercial projects? Why build large resorts in ecologically fragile zones? Why risk irreversible environmental damage? This is where the debate becomes emotional. political, and deeply polarized. Corporate interests and allegations. Many activists allege that large corporations stand to benefit enormously from these projects. Some critics point toward major infrastructure companies showing interest in port development. They argue that forests, hills, and coastlines are increasingly being opened for corporate expansion. Whether these allegations are fully true or not, one thing is clear. Big infrastructure projects often create enormous economic opportunities for powerful players. And whenever money, politics, and land come together, controversy follows. Supporters say corporations bring investment and jobs. Opponents say profits are prioritized over ecosystems and local communities. The truth may lie somewhere in between. Geopolitics. China, America and India. The debate around Great Nicobar is not only environmental. It is geopolitical. India wants greater control and influence in the Indo-Pacific region. The Strait of Malacca is critical for global oil and trade routes. Any country with strategic dominance near these routes gains major geopolitical leverage. Critics in political discussions often accuse governments of bending under pressure from global powers. Others argue India must become stronger instead of depending on foreign influence. This debate reflects a larger question. Can India become a global power without sacrificing its environment? Or does modern geopolitics always demand ecological compromise? Development versus environment. This conflict is not unique to Great Nicobar. It is happening everywhere. Forests versus highways. Mountains versus mining. Rivers versus dams. Human civilization constantly faces the same dilemma. How much nature are we willing to destroy for economic growth? Some believe development is unavoidable. Others believe endless growth is destroying the planet itself. Climate change, heat waves, floods, pollution, disappearing forests. These are no longer future fears. They are happening now. And projects like Great Nicobar force society to confront uncomfortable questions. What happens if the project continues? If the project moves forward at full scale, forest loss may increase. Wildlife habitats may shrink. Tribal communities may face disruption. Marine ecosystems could suffer permanent damage. But at the same time, India may gain stronger strategic infrastructure. Shipping and trade capacity could improve. Employment and investment may rise. This is why the issue remains deeply divided. There are no simple answers. Only consequences. Final message. A nation's real wealth is not only its ports, or airports, or billion-dollar projects. Its true wealth is its rivers, its forests, its mountains, its oceans, and the people who protect them. Development matters. National security matters. But nature matters too. Because once a rainforest disappears, once coral reefs die, once an ancient culture vanishes, no amount of money can truly bring them back. The future of Great Nicobar is still being written. And the question remains, can humanity learn to grow without destroying the very planet that keeps us alive? Clapperboard end screen line. What do you think? Is the Great Nicobar Project necessary development or ecological destruction? Comment below.